Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Mixed Section Report. Police are warning about soft on crime policies. We cannot keep you safe. Those are 5 words that I never want to hear from my police department in my city, ever. This is scary stuff here. Check this out from Town Hall. Law enforcement officials are sounding the alarm on heightened crime throughout the country, warning about dangerous implications of police department shortages and rising crime rates among citizens. National Police Association spokesperson Sergeant Betsy Brancher Smith told Fox News that since 2020 there has been an unsettling amount of officer resignations up 18% and retirements up 45%, making it difficult to protect the streets. We can't get new people on this profession because law enforcement has been lied about, Smith said, adding, "We've been vilified, so we're in a crisis." Smith also said that police departments in at least 11 cities, all run by Democrats, including New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and Seattle, are severely understaffed, making it extremely unsafe for people. LAP Detective Jamie McBride warned that Los Angeles is like a walking crime scene. It's not safe here. I've been telling people for over a year, do not come to Los Angeles. We cannot keep you safe, McBride cautioned, adding, "Every day is living in a movie set between the movie Purge with all the violence, crimes, and murders, and The Walking Dead, because you got all these people there on drugs and the homeless tents." The Purge, if you have not seen it, it's a movie, a series of movies. And I love Part Two. Is probably my favorite. Is my one of my favorite movies ever. Purge to Anarchy. Um, After a certain time, crime is legal for 12 hours. Pretty scary. And it was actually it looked like that on TV when I turned on TV back in 2020. Had all the riots going on, and I remember telling my wife, "This is like watching The Purge in real time. It was scary." Then you have The Walking Dead with all the crackheads and people walking around like zombies. So it's pretty scary. I have not been to Los Angeles in over 3 years since March of 2019, and part of the reason is because of the loony lockdowns that they did with all the masks and stuff and the vaccine passports. Because I'm not vaccinated. I never will be vaccinated. I'm proudly unvaccinated. And I'm not going to a place that requires you to show proof of vaccination at a lot of businesses. I'm not doing that. Then the crime thing is probably it's actually a combination of COVID and crime, which is why I've stayed out of Los Angeles. I have close friends that live there, family that lives there, and I have not been back to Los Angeles because I just don't want to. From all the things I see about it and hear about it, I just don't want to. No, sorry. Let's see. It doesn't matter if you where you go in Los Angeles because nobody goes to jail. The problem is you go back to 2020 and defund the police movement. Additionally, law enforcement officials said that officers no longer want to be on duty because they put their life on the line every day to protect people. But then the woke liberal leaders let criminals out the second they get booked. They said it's not the people who want to defund the police, but the politicians. And he is right. Look, only 17% of black voters support defunding the police. This is a poll that was done. The survey of black voters conducted the GRIO and KFF and published on Wednesday asked 1,000 black adults who say they are registered to vote for their opinion of policing. About half of those polled, 48%, said they would like to see police funding kept about the same, while 34% said they wanted increased financial support. Just 17% of responding saying they support decreased funding police for the area. So only 1 out of 6 people, black people, uh, want to see the police defunded, and the rest of them want to see it the same or increased. There's more. Of black voters living in urban areas, 39% supported increased funding. That's a 10% jump from the 29% of black voters living in suburban areas who said they back increased funding for police. The poll also found that 3 in 4 black voters view criminal justice and policing as a very important factor in making their decision about who to vote for, including 77% of Democrats and 68% of Republicans. Interesting. The issue of crime was an important for those who made under $40,000 a year, as it was for those making over $90,000 annually. That's good to know. Yeah, look, doesn't matter what you are, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Asian. You want law and order. You don't want to see the police defunded. You don't want nobody wants crime on the streets except for far leftists. That's it. Seattle police staffing drops to 30-year low. Officers leaving in droves after defunding. Some Fox News. The president of the Washington State Fraternal Order of Police said that Tuesday that enough is enough. This was back in September. Okay. Enough is enough as Seattle struggles with the lowest police staffing in 30 years. I mean, this is going on across the country. Look at New York. NYPD officers on pace to quit, retire in record numbers. This year, the New York Police Department has hired 1,982 recruits, but the agency is still shrinking as officers leave the force in record numbers. Even with those recruits, the department is at half of the manpower it needs to fill 4,000 open positions. 4,000 positions. The mass exodus of officers leaving NYPD started in 2019. The number of vaccinations and retirements has increased every year since. All right. This association represents 24,000 police members of the NYPD. Cites the following numbers: 3,054 people quit or retired this year. An average of 339 people leave each month. 4,071 are likely to have left the profession by the end of the year. They're leaving here, taking our training, the money we spent, and send them elsewhere. Lynch said. Why? They're not competitively paid. They're not respected on the street. Calls to defund the police, losing the support of elected officials, and respect the public is also driving officers to explore new careers. Lynch said bail reform efforts haven't made it any easier. We'll arrest someone and they will come back with their property voucher before we finish processing the paperwork. Unbelievable. Now officers are being asked to work more overtime to beef up patrols. In the city subway system where crime is up almost 42%, Lynch said the long hours and short pay are affecting morale. We know what the problems are, and we know, even though what that the answer is. Do we have the courage to do it? In 2001, we had 9,000 more officers on the streets than we do today. So we're 9,000 fewer officers making the same number of high quality arrests that were made 21 years ago. So you have 9,000 police officers, 9,000 less. And I'm sure, okay, a lot of people are leaving New York City. So the population is probably about the same. You still have some people moving there, but a lot of people are leaving. They've been losing population. Let's just say it's been about the same at about 8 million people in New York City. You have 9,000 less police officers making arrests. And you have a soft on crime DA, Alvin Bragg, backed by George Soros, with this bail reform nonsense. You had, what's his name, the last mayor, de Blasio, in there, who was a socialist, in my opinion. Did not back the police. And now he's, whatever you think about Eric Adams, he has been, as this article says, he inherited a mess from the previous administration, which he did. How he's going to fix it, I don't know. But yeah, this is scary stuff because you have people like Kathy Hochul and other Democrats saying, asking why is the crime such a big deal. She asked Lee Zeldin, I don't know why it's such a big deal to you. Why is it such a big deal to you or something like that, to that effect. Then you have Eric Adams, who's downplaying people getting assaulted on subways. He said something to the effect of, well, of all the people that ride the subways, do you have these 6 incidences, that are being cherry picked, and you have 6 people getting assaulted out of all these thousands of people that ride the subway. I mean, trying to downplay people getting hurt. Oh, this small amount of people getting assaulted on the subway. You know, I mean, but you look at the videos, you see him all the time. I see him just about every day. It seems like you turn on the TV, you go online. Somebody's getting assaulted on a New York subway. Somebody's getting punched in the face. Somebody's getting kicked. Somebody's getting pushed onto the rail onto the tracks. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop the video right there. I just want to talk about this what's going on across the country in these major Democrat-run cities with the police officers quitting, going different places, going places where, like Florida, Ron DeSantis invited officers to come down because they will be respected. He actually gave police officers a bonus, $1,000 bonus to show that his appreciation to first responders. But anyway, guys, get to the polls November 8th, early vote, whatever you're going to do, and vote for law and order. All right. Thanks for listening, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.